There's a black man in the bank sitting on the steps. He butt ass naked.
Let's watch some crazy stuff, yo!
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Lex Real. We're back up in this thing with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about, it's basically a story time, but we're gonna be talking about the time that I went to New York and it was crazy as hell. Like a whole experience, like getting scammed, like it's a lot, right? So this takes place back in, now if y'all see me squinting, I got my glasses, so your girl can't see. All right, your girl can't see, but this goes back whenever I was, I'm gonna say 21. Cause I was old enough to buy liquor, so I feel like I was like 21 at the time. Had to be 21, something like that. So anyway, going to New York City, not really New York City, we was going to Manhattan. It's cold as hell and was supposed to fly. So it was supposed to fly to New York and it ended up snowing. So couldn't fly. They was like, we can refund you your money for your tickets, or you could just wait and just book your flight again. We was like, nah, let's get the money back. We could just drive up there because we already got the reservations for the hotel. We ain't got time for that. We could just drive. So I'm like, okay. Y'all, New York weather is totally different from North Carolina weather. When they say it's gonna snow, bitch, it's gonna snow. And it's gonna stick. It's not like down here where it's snowing, it automatically melt when it touch the ground. No, it's gonna stick, right? So driving up there, it's snowing. The windshield wipers got stuck because it was so cold. And I'm talking about not like 10 degrees. I'm talking about my car was saying negative. Like, it was in the negatives. It was that cold. Everybody on the highway driving slow because like people in front of you is driving and the snow is coming up from their tires and it's hitting your windshield. So yeah, and so my windshield wipers was going, but it was freezing. Like, it was cold. So that was one thing, like driving up there, you had to be careful. Then you get up there and it was like, we don't accept cash, you gotta have money on the card. And at that time it wasn't, like, I was young, so we usually had cash, and I did have money on the card, but it wasn't like, you know, I wasn't paying for it because it wasn't my trip. Like, my part had already been paid for, whatever. So they was like, we'll just accept cash this one time. And you know the reason why they do that is because if you smoke in their room, they could charge your card. But we paid cash and end up smoking in the room. So anyway, get there, get settled up, and they're like, we don't have a parking lot. You got to go over there and pay to park.
This ain't enough. Make it enough.
Wait. Baby, where I'm from, the hotels have a parking lot and you can go park. Like, there's no paying. So you had to go park in a deck. You had to pay for it. Your car to be there overnight. Like, I was like, wow. And that's like the expensive part. That's the city. So you know you're going to have to pay some coins. So I had to pay to park. That was one thing. All right. So when they say New York is the city that never sleeps, they mean that shit. We walking down and I'm so used to being down south. Like, they be selling stuff by the singles up there. Baby, you gotta get it from the pack. So I like smoking Black and Milds. I'm like, can I get a Black and Mild? Like, you gotta buy the whole pack. I'm like, how much this pack? They like, it's $8. I said, for a pack of blacks? Ooh, you lying. You lying? Oh, damn. Get my shit. I was like, dang, that's a lot. And you know, you walking around and you see some niggas like walking by and they like got that loud. I'm good. Because I don't know what you put in that loud. I don't even know you. I might be smoking crack. No, thank you. And like, they would like basically see us because we was black. So they would be like, got that loud. No, we good. We good. Because, no. So I was like, dang, they're all up on the street. Okay, cool. So it starts getting dark. And I'm like, it's some weird stuff going on around here. Like, you know, once it starts getting dark, you start noticing that if you're like my color and you're like trying to flag down a cab or like trying to flag down a taxi, they will skirt right past your ass. I'm talking about like they ain't even seeing you, like won't even look at you, like just keep going and speed up. When it got dark, they was not trying to stop for me or stop for us because we was black. Hey y'all, it's Lex from the future. I forgot to tell y'all that the taxi cabs that we were in whenever it was daylight, bro, they was like running into each other. If I was in a taxi, my taxi driver would run into the bumper of the taxi in front of them. It was like they knew each other because they all was like cussing each other out. Like if traffic wasn't moving, they was cussing each other out and like literally bumping each other. Like, we was getting in mini wrecks the whole time. I was literally like Ezell, like my neck, my back, like couldn't get a taxi. So we just walking back to the hotel. and you start like walking past like a bunch of like, you know, clothing stores or banks and stuff like that. So we walking, and I turn to my right, and there is a black man in the bank, and it is nighttime. The bank is closed. There's a black man in the bank sitting on the steps. That's not even the crazy part. He butt ass naked. Butt ass naked in the bank, sitting on the steps, beating his head. Not that type of head. I'm talking about he was beating himself in the head, butt ass naked, and his thing was swinging. Like, I'm talking about like butt naked, just sitting there, beating himself in the head. I said, okay. I think it's about time to go back to the hotel, because the freaks come out at night. And the freaks come out at night. Because what? So I'm like, if I see something like that again, we're going back to the hotel, because that won't be happening where I'm at. Like, you don't be seeing stuff like that. Like, what's going on? So I kept going, because I didn't want him to see me. Like, I didn't want him to look at me. I didn't want no eye contact. I'm minding my business. You do you. I don't know why you in that bank, but all right. So I keep going, you know, crossing the street, busting whatever we got to do, busting the left, busting the right, whatever, to get back to the hotel. And we come across another bank. I don't know if they was hiding in the bathroom, and then whenever they closed the bank, they came out and was sleeping or whatever. But we saw a couple in a sleeping bag. Literally, like, it'd be steps to go up to the bank, but it'd be like this part right here by the door. So they was like right by the door, and they was in a sleeping bag, and they was doing the do in the freaking sleeping bag.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
Right there. Like, just put on the show for anybody that's walking by. Just, you know, if you see it, you see it. If you like it, you like it. We gonna do what we doing, baby. Period. Like, it was their house. Like, this the second bank that we done walked through, and it, like, it's some freaky ish going on. Like, dang, that's how y'all getting down. Like, oh, okay, well, we end up going back to the hotel. Boom, that's that day. Next day, got like this thing playing where we going to see a psychic. When I tell you she scammed, I feel like she scammed the fuck out of us. Like, I really do. I really feel like some of the stuff she was saying about me was like not even accurate, and then she was like trying to force it on me like it was accurate. Like, baby, the stuff you're saying must be like the person that just left, because that ain't me. Then she's like saying to the person that I'm with, like, you got some like evil woman spirit on you, just some crazy stuff, like you gotta throw some lemons in the water, like just some crazy stuff. I'm gonna give you this oil, you rub it on yourself, and you throw lemons in the water, and then everything will be okay. Like, okay, I didn't even tell y'all how much it was. Oh, wait till y'all hear this. A stack. A stack. For what? I could have called Miss Cleo and got better answers, baby. Like, and she was a fraud. Like, I was just like, okay. Ooh, but I ain't pay for it. I was just there for the ride. And she was just like, basically, you know what? The reason why it was so much, because she thought I wanted to read too. Like, I was just there, like, make sure the person I was with wasn't getting set up and it was gonna be some rah-rah shit. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, wow, okay, well, that's her rent. She just came up off of you, because this stuff that she's saying is not even accurate. Don't even feel right. Couldn't get a taxi after leaving that, because I don't know why. It was just hard to get a taxi. And then you gotta be careful, because it'd be like these black cars that be pulling up, and then whenever you get out, they be like, oh, it's $20 plus how much we just drove you around. What you mean? They be like, this is a special car. I'm not a celebrity. I just wanted to ride back to my hotel. I ain't want this luxury with this TV in the bed. I just want to ride back to my hotel. Now I gotta pay you, and I'm like, well, I only got a card. They're like, oh, we got a card machine. Remind me just to walk to wherever I need to go. So, when they say it's cold, baby, all that walking I was doing, I'm surprised I ain't come back with a cold or with pneumonia, because when I say it was cold, it was cold. Cold as hell. I didn't even want to walk to go get no food. And then we was in the hotel, not even to mention, they tried to tell us they ain't had no microwave. Like, you ain't got no microwave. Come to find out on the day that we was leaving, there was a microwave, but they had a microwave the whole time. That's why the fuck we smoked in the room. That's exactly why we smoked in the room. And guess what? You couldn't charge shit because there was no card on file. Like, they was just being like really sketchy. They was really like it was like one of them bougie places. Like, they be giving you the side eye already. Like, oh, how y'all can afford this? Like, y'all black, how y'all can afford this? No, we ain't got no microwave. But the whole time they got a microwave. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's that type of shit. Like, and then, oh, we ain't got parking. You could pay across the street. And then it'd be like $30 just to park. And then, like, if you want to drive somewhere, you leave. You got to come back and pay again. Like, I was just like, wow. I got to learn to be smarter next time I come up here, because they will get you. But, like, all that stuff was just crazy to me. Like, it was crazy. But let me know what y'all think. Have y'all ever been to New York? What was your experience? Did something crazy happen? Like, just let me know. It's your girl, It's Too Real. I'm about this thing.